Welcome to Study Loop.
There, in this question, we are given this balanced chemical equation, and we know that balanced chemical equations give us the ratio in which the reactants react and the products are formed. And it does that with the coefficients. When a coefficient's not written, it's understood that it is a 1. So as we look at this equation, it's telling us a couple of things. It's telling us that 2 molecules of H2 react with 1 molecule of O2 to give us 2 molecules of H2O. But since mole is just a multiple of molecules, that also then means that for every 2 moles of H2, we need 1 mole of O2, and we'd produce 2 moles of H2O. Okay, so let's go ahead and count up what we actually have. Counting these up, we see for hydrogen, we have a total of 7 molecules. For the oxygen, we see 3 molecules. And remember, mole is just a multiple of molecules. Mole is just 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd molecules. So the 7-to-3 ratio would be equal for molecules and moles. So when we want to know which has the most initial moles, that's going to be the hydrogen with 7. The fewest, or the lesser actually, since there's only 2 things here, but they do have least. For the reactants, that would be the oxygen with only 3. All right, then we want to know the limiting reactant. The limiting reactant, by definition, is the reactant used up first. All right, so it's the reactant used up first in the reaction. When it's used up, the reaction will stop, and therefore we won't make any more product. So that's how it limits the amount of product being made. So we want to see which one is used up first. Well, we have 7 and 3, and we see that they react in a 2-to-1 ratio. So that means to use all 7 of our H2O, we would need half as many, or 3.5 of the O2. Besides the point that we can't have half a molecule, what we notice though is that 3.5 is greater than what we have. So therefore, if we use 7, we need 3.5, and we don't have 3.5. So that means the oxygen is our limiting. We could look at it the other way around. We could say, hey, if we use 3 of these, how many hydrogen would we need? Well, we would need 6, and we have 7, so we have more than that. So that confirms that the hydrogen is excess, while the oxygen is limiting. All right, so oxygen is limiting in this question. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope these explanations were helpful.